All right, so getting really close to the end here. This is the magic that I've been waiting for and wanting for such a long time. There it is. Fully installed, Drayton automatic door opener. See, I got my door opener on the wall there. Remote control for my car. And there it is, all mounted to the ceiling. A couple things I want to point out. Put this down so you can see from the inside that first of all, if you didn't know, this opening used to be the opening for a giant sliding door, because this is a barn, or was a barn, and that door would just slide across on that track there and cover that whole opening. And years ago I had the plan that I wanted an overhead door in there for better weather sealing, and plus getting an opener for these giant sliding doors is hard. They don't want to move very easily. It was, no matter what I did and how I adjusted, it would drag across the bottom and be really impossible to almost physically open it a lot of times. So anyway, the plan was to do that, and in doing that, I wanted the door to remain as big of an opening as possible. You can see there I planned it and framed it in. Lost a little bit of room on the sides and a little bit on the top, and that was to frame it in for a 16 by 8, which is a little bit more of a standard door opening. Still had to have the thing made, but it's not so odd of an opening that I'd had to pay crazy amounts of money for a door. You can buy 16 by 7s off the shelf in places, and you can sometimes buy 16 by 8 or have them ordered really easily. Now, the reason why I pointed that out is because I thought, and I did a lot of thinking about this many years ago when I did all this framing in. It's been waiting to get the job done for the time and the money and the energy, that this would all work out just right. One thing you have to really pay attention to if you're ever going to do something like this is how much headroom you have, because as it turns out, I just barely had enough to put the rail for the garage door opener underneath this main truss that goes right down the center of the opening. I mean, if it had been another inch down, I don't know what I would have done as far as getting an opener up in there, because what happens is that door, when it arcs up, it arcs up this way, and the top of the door comes up awfully close. And if it's too close, you don't have enough clearance for the rail for your garage door opener. I'll show you what I mean. You can see how the door will arc up. I clear it by about an inch. There it is. Now the only thing I really have left to do, like I said, is I've got the weather stripping I'm going to put around the sides on the outside, so that from the outside looking in, I got a weather stripping. And then I do plan also, this was a non-insulated door to save on the money. I am going to insulate it one way or the other. I'm thinking about using that the expandable blow-in insulation, and you can buy the larger kits off the shelf, see how that works. If not, I'll just use foam board and get it in there nicely. And then of course the one last thing I do need to do immediately is I'm going to run an electrical box so that I can plug the opener motor right there. Obviously I don't want an extension cord across my shop. But that'll actually come in handy, because I've been wanting to move this pull down light and attach it to an outlet that is not switched, because right now it's attached into these outlets, and so this light and this light are actually switched over there, which means that if for some reason I use this pull down light, I got to make sure I go over and turn the switch on, which sometimes It's almost always on, but it would be nicer to have it on a non-switched light. So I'm going to move that over here at the same time as I put up another outlet box for the garage door opener. All right, so that's it.